This video is in partnership with Suri. Learn more about the Suri 2.0 and nab a discount later on in the video. I've just realised my knickers, my washing, they're clean, but they're huge. Funny story, I ordered knickers for my holidays last minute, just off Next. And I ordered like a full brief, but I thought they were like a boxer. You know what? I'm not going to show my knickers on the internet, but these things are huge, huge. And my whole holiday, I was wearing, no, I can show you my knickers. These are not the knickers I would have chose. It was an accident. Look, wait, you see how big these are. These are huge. Huge. Anyway, they keep the kidneys warm. Anyway, I need an autumnal fix. And I also need some lip balm because my lips, oh, does it be the change in the weather? And your lips just go, oh, so dry. I'm probably not going to get to do much autumn or any autumn decorating this year because I'm not going to say the R word. If you're new, walls are coming down very, very soon. But I want to go out and see the autumn decor and we could go and do a bit of shopping. I'm not going to buy anything. Last month I stumbled into the range and I saw all of it looked like a Hallmark autumn movie and it gave me the feels, but it was early August when I stumbled across that in the range and I was like, this is beautiful, but it's too soon. I'm not ready. Summer, we're still here. But now that it is September, kids are back to school and of course it's sunny. It's always sunny when the kids go back to school. I see berries on trees and yeah, I'm just getting into the feel and I want to get an autumn decor fix, so I thought we could go shopping. So here's what I'm thinking. The garden centre that has the cute autumnal displays, I'm hoping they'll have it done. I don't know if it's too early for them. I think last year it could have been late September. I'm going to go to a different range, the one in Maynooth, and then we can spin back and we can do Homesense and Maxx because I did see. Do any of you guys, I'm sure you guys do, go show her love some channel, Chelsea Bowen. I hope I've said her surname right. I'll put her channel name on screen. She did some awesome shopping videos and that's kind of what inspired me and got me into the mood because I was like, oh yeah, I want to go and just have a little browse. So yeah, go check out her channel because she did show some really cute Halloween stuff that was in Maxx. I also want to say, because I have said it before on the channel, but I'm not a massive fan, sorry, I'm looking for my Crocs. I'm not a massive fan of, you know, shopping haul and buy everything, you know, culture that is on like social media. So I plan to buy nothing today. I'm just looking for a bit of inspiration. I just want to see what's in the shops. You don't have to buy anything. So if you watch any of these kind of come shop with me style videos, I don't want you to feel like you have to go out and buy stuff because you don't. And my mission today is not to buy. I do have some autumn bits upstairs in the little storage nook. I may be able to do an autumn mantle this year, maybe, but I have a feeling I don't want to put up an autumn wreath and I may not have a floor. Anyway, here's my Crocs. I found my Crocs. So yeah, don't feel the need. Enjoy this video. I don't want you to feel like, oh God, now I have to go and buy stuff, because you don't. My house is upside down. I went down a unhealthy rabbit hole on the internet. I was looking on YouTube and I was looking on Instagram and I was looking at all these beautiful home videos and reels because I was looking for inspiration for colours for, you know, the project I'm doing in here. And within like 20 minutes, sometimes if you're not in form, I ended up just having comparison and I was like, oh my God, all these houses on the internet look absolutely beautiful and styled, and like I was like, I don't remember it being like this years ago. Maybe people have just upped their game when it comes to filming reels and shooting, but the cinematography of these lovely houses, and yeah, this is my current the reality is I'm stripping all of this down. Anyway, it will be nice soon, but so yeah, sometimes you can feel comparison or the need to be doing what everything else is doing. So you don't have to buy autumn decor. You can just enjoy this video with me and see what's in the shops and get that autumnal decor hit for free. I'm gonna get a coffee, I'm gonna schmooze, I'm gonna peruse. That's what we're gonna do today. And sniff some candles. Sniff some, oh, I might get a candle. Maybe, maybe not. Now, before we go and have a gander in the shops, I want to introduce to you Suri, which is today's video partner. They've partnered up on this video, and you may have seen them earlier in summer when I changed from my awful handheld toothbrush. And yes, I've gone electric and I have stayed electric, and I've something new to show you today. So in September, Suri, which stands for Sustainable Rituals, has launched the 2.0. So the new toothbrush is Suri 2.0, which for my heavy-handed ladies, there is a new pressure sensor. So if you tend to go a bit hard on your gums, which sometimes I can, there's a new pressure sensor on this brush. There's also an advanced motor, and we have some upgraded accessories. And one of them, feedback from the last video, a lot of you guys said you love the mirror mount. However, in a bathroom or a smaller bathroom, you don't like the idea of having the brush head on the brush, just for hygiene reasons. So first of all, you can use the travel case. If you want to store your brush, great for traveling. I was obviously recently away. You saw that thrifting video a couple of videos back. So it's handy to just pop in the case, close it, and then you press the button and the UVC light comes on, which will kill the bacteria on your brush. But if you are traveling lighter, or you just want to store it in the bathroom, there's now this little cap that just snaps on. So yeah, a lot of you guys, you like the idea of the mirror mount. You don't have to you can mount it on like a cabinet or something if you want to put your brush somewhere else. They have listened to your feedback, so you have the cap on that. I'm loving the case. So you have it's nice and slim, not too big. The brush itself is nice and sleek. It's just made from aluminium and it's nice and slender. It's not like a big clunky electronic toothbrush. So it's nice and slim, fits inside, lightweight too, great for traveling, especially if you've got that hand luggage. So if you were like me a couple of months back with my absolutely scaldy plastic toothbrush and you would like to make the change, then of course I'm after getting you a 20% discount off. So if you want to get the Suri brush, you can buy the brush on its own, or you can buy it with the case and accessories. Use the code on screen or the link that I'll pop into the description and pinned in the comments, and you will get 20% off your order. So I got excited when I walked into the Orchard. Now I was a tiny bit early because they were just setting up the autumn display that does be right at the front when you walk in. Now they always have a stunning display, so I may have to come back and see it when it is fully done. I always say check out the garden centres if you're looking for something a bit different, because a lot of the garden centres, they're independently run and they'll have buyers who will go to like different trade shows, so you might see things that you might not necessarily see in the likes of your TK Maxx, your Homesense and your Poundlands and stuff. I do find that they are more expensive. Well, for certain things they can be, but you might find something that you won't see in the other shops. Also, I love having a mooch around the Orchard because they have a small Neptune home area and the visuals are just really pretty, and I'm looking for a little bit of, I suppose, house inspiration for the upcoming renovation. So it's nice to just walk around these pretty mini houses and get some inspiration. How cozy are the interior displays here? I'm always like, I just want this if I could just copy and paste it to my house, but also have the bank balance to do that. Now, I did, of course, go to the garden centre section and have a little look at the plants because nothing says autumn like a chrysanthemum. Now, I didn't buy one. I have one that is fighting for survival in my garden at the moment. But there is nothing like being the only person in the plant section in the garden centre with a coffee in hand and you are just walking around. It's like free therapy. Highly recommend it. 10 out of 10. Now, the orchard did not disappoint, but they were still setting up the autumnal display. So if you are coming in September, it looked like they were doing the visuals on it, but what I saw so far was beautiful. They had a stunning display last year, and the garden centres, if you're looking for something different, like not the range, or you know, I've noticed the garden centres, a lot of them are like independent, so they go to the interior shows. The Arboretum is another good one as well. So you've got Kilquade, is that the one in Carlow? And then Leyland Bridge, they've two. So I remember years ago working with the Arboretum, and the buyer was saying that they go to like a lot of trade shows that's on in Europe. So after Brexit, they went to like more Europe, and there's loads of these like big trade shows, and that's where they source a lot of the items, and they're different to the things that you see in the likes of, you know, TK Maxx, Homesense, and like the Range and Poundland and things like that. So if you're looking for something different, now what I will say is they can be more expensive. So yeah, garden centres, don't underestimate them. I have noticed over the past, I'm going to say 2-3 years, because obviously garden centres, they probably lose a lot of money in, apologies for the background noise, I'm sitting in a car park talking to myself, a busy car park at that. Garden centres, I imagine that they probably lose a lot of money over Christmas time because people like don't buy plants. So a lot of garden centres will have cafes to keep them going. Christmas is big, but I have noticed they're starting to catch on to the autumn home decor trade, because it's big. Also, I love when this happens. I was in Liffey Valley and I says I'll go into Butler's, and the girl was like, I haven't been to Butler's in ages, and she was like, do you have a loyalty card? And I said yes I do, but I had forgotten it. So she's like, give me your phone number and I'll stick it into the system. She put my phone number in and she goes, oh, you have a free coffee on your loyalty card. And I was like, I shall take it, because I haven't been to Butler's in ages and I forgot I had a loyalty card, and when she inputted it in, I had a free coffee. Okay, so we're going to go to the Range in Maynooth now, which is only 16 minutes away from the Orchard. Also, the little village, is it a village or a town? I'm going to call it a town, but is it a village? Correct me in the comment section. Celbridge is a really, really cute village or town. And also, if you're out in this area, Carton House is beautiful. There's loads of land that you can walk around, so that's another thing you could do if you're having a little day out. I won't be able to do that today, but let's go to the Range and see. I did share in a video what the Liffey Valley one was looking like about a month ago, but let's go to the one in Maynooth. I prefer the one in Maynooth because I don't know if it's bigger, but it feels like it's bigger and it feels a bit more calm. It's not as busy as the one in Liffey Valley. So let's go. So of all the shops that I visited today, this one has the best value and the lower price points. So the range is definitely budget friendly. If you're just looking for like one or two pieces that you want to just, I don't know, pop on the mantle or a wreath for the door, but you don't want to spend a fortune, then definitely the range. Now I did notice a few words sneaking in on some of the decor items. I've noticed a few things saying fall, which isn't really a term that we use in Ireland and in the UK. We would just say autumn, like we would call it autumn. Obviously, like I would put fall in a video title because I know that that's a really popular term for America and Canada, so I would put fall in a title. But it was interesting to see it on some decor pieces. I also saw a cushion that had thankful on it. Now, obviously, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in the UK and Ireland. We do acknowledge it, but we would not have like, you know, a dinner or anything like that. It's not a holiday over here. So I did see a couple of the autumn items nodding to that. So I wonder, do they have like the same supplier or something? I'm not sure. Now, I did get some footage. I was not expecting to see it. Christmas, please. We haven't even got past Halloween. I did see a couple of Christmas items, but with my retail background, I know that this is probably stock from last year that they've had in storage and they're just putting it out. But I did notice a few Christmas items sneaking in. Now, in terms of Halloween decor, now I have 2 skeletons in my closet, just 2. I got them last year and I just put them in the garden because my neighbours, they have young kids and they do put out Halloween decorations. And I didn't want to be the Grinch house on the corner with no ghosties in the garden. I do think some of the Halloween decorations are terrifying. And I do not want to drive in my driveway and have a ghost popping out at me. But I do have 2 skeletons and I just put them in the flower beds so that I look a little bit ghosty when the kids come to knock on my door for trick-or-treating. But I didn't see any Halloween decorations in the garden centre. It was more that kind of, you know, autumn vibe, interior decoration pieces. But the range had lots of ghosties. So if you're looking for some scary ghosts, yeah, check them out. And also something I noticed, loads of craft sets. So I was like, oh, these would be great for my niece and nephew, whether it's like midterm or something, if they're over for something to do. Lots of autumn crafts, and there was also some Halloween kits as well, like paint your own little glasses and things like that. So I was really impressed with all of the craft kits here, and they weren't too expensive either. I would love to know, what is your autumn decorating style? Do you just change up maybe the cushions and the throws and the candles? Or do you go all out? Do you do a display? Do you do a pumpkin patch on your doorstep? I feel like I could definitely have way better autumn decor. I don't do like, you know, a pumpkin patch door front, which is a missed opportunity. But I don't know, maybe when the kitchen has had the work done it, I might be able to get a wreath or two on the new French doors. So I'm not sure what my autumn decor is going to look like this year, but I definitely like changing up a few cushions, putting on the thicker bed sheet, and just making it generally feel a bit more warmer and cozy. We've gone off topic, but I know you guys love a country house, and I need to pee. Right next to Maynooth is Carton House, and I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna go in. Now I'm not dressed, and it was a last minute decision. Well, I am dressed, but I'm not dressed like I'm in Crocs. I'm also after parking in the golf car park. It says this, like, you can park further down. Also, Carton House, you can just come in. So it's not like if you saw my video where, which one was it? I went to Castle Leslie in Monaghan, and you have to have a booking to get in. So the grounds of Carton House, there's a golf club, there's a spa, there's a hotel, you can stay here. I think it's a Fairmont hotel. You can just come in and walk the grounds. Like, I remember like years ago just doing, I think it's like a 5 kilometre. It's beautiful. I'll show you. I won't be able to get into the main house, but there is a place called the Carriage Room, which is like their casual like cafe thing. I need to pee, but I was like, do you know what? I haven't been in here in so long, and it's a beautiful day today. So I wanted to just show you around, a little pit stop, and I get to have a wee. I might get another coffee, but maybe decaf. Now, another random fact, I have no relation, gutted, to the Cartons of Carton House. So that is my surname, and growing up, I always used to say to my dad, how come I'm not related to them? And why are we poor? Well, not poor, but you know what I mean. Not from country estate. And he was like, you're just not. And I was like, but we're only 20 minutes down the road. How? So we're not, and I must look into the history. I know during the pandemic, someone did share some family history with me, like in my family, and they were like, yeah, they went back to the 1800s on the Carton surname side, and all my ancestors were like, I think herd farmers, so like cows, sheep, I don't know, but there was absolutely no lineage back to the Carton House people. We're not related. Good. But one thing I've always wanted to do is check into Carton House as Catherine Carton and see if they're like, see if they give me, not special treatment, but see if they go, oh, is she like a Carton of Carton House? But no, I'm not. And I've always been like to my family, how come we're not like rich? I don't know where the Cartons of Carton House are, if they're still going, because like that, this is like a, I think, yeah, Fairmont hotel now, so I imagine it got sold somewhere down the line. But it's an absolutely stunning ground, and you can come in for free, park and walk around. I hope you can, because that is what I have, but I've done this before. There's nobody, there is a gate. I'm sure they close it in the evening, but if you want to just come in, get a coffee and walk around, you can. You don't need a booking like in the other video. So let us have a little pit stop. I just want to share my footwear. I mean, this is golf appropriate footwear. No one's going to question me. I look like I'm going to play golf. So yeah, this is what I'm wearing to the 5-star hotel. It's fine. Now I am really glad I had a little pit stop. That little lake house. I do think if you stay here you can rent boats. There was 2 little rowboats, which I think would be really cute for sunset. I wonder, do you have to be a guest to do that? Sometimes those hotels, they what's it, gatekeeper for guests only. Fair enough. But you can just come in and have a walk. The only thing is, it's a golf course, so I'm a bit afraid to walk somewhere in case I get hit with the golf ball in my Crocs. Anyway, I quite enjoyed that little ramble. I do think we should come back here in autumn, because as I was walking around, some trees are starting to turn. It's still a bit early. It's usually the end of October. It's like proper orange autumn. And I think it'd be lovely to come back here for a little ramble when it's autumnal. I would like to go to the spa here. It is kind of pricey, the spa, but I don't know, forgot me inside and we can have a look around at their decor. I don't know if it's known for having old style decor. I don't know. I do follow someone who was here, and I don't remember it being like oldie worldy, like my usual style is what I like, you know. Anyway, back to the car I go, where I'm parked in the wrong car park. I'm parked in the golf car park. Clearly I look like I've been playing golf. I'm not a fan of golf. However, I'd absolutely love to get a caddy and a bottle of wine and just drive around joyriding, pretending I'm playing golf, but just having a good time. This hill is a bit steep, so before I start huffing and puffing more, on to the next. Let's go to Homesense and see what they have. So we're going to go to Blanchardstown Homesense, which is like 20 minutes from here with no traffic. And we're kind of doing a loop. So all of these are within like 20 minutes drive from each other, again, without traffic. So Homesense is one of my favourites because you just never know what you're going to get, because they get deliveries, I believe, nearly every day or every other day. So there's always something new. But also, I am here for the candle section. Yes, I need to sniff some pumpkin spice, some apple, all of the cinnamon scents. That's what I need today. And here is where I go to do that. Loads and loads of quirky glass pumpkins. Really cute Halloween stuff as well that didn't look too scary. Good variety of wreaths, and I noticed a few pieces that looked like autumnal, that they had pumpkins on it, but it wasn't too in your face kind of, themey. So if you're looking for something that is a bit more subtle autumn decor, I did see some cute cushions that had some nice patterns on them, but they weren't too in your face. The price points were good as well, a little bit more expensive than the range, but not too bad. Now, they did have some quirky out there, Halloween decoration pieces that were way more expensive. So if you're into that and you're looking for something a bit different to put in the garden this Halloween, I'm sure you'll find something like that here. Now I did pop into Next because I did see some lovely home decor pieces on their website. I find with Next, there's loads on the website and they do have some stuff when you go into store, but not a lot. So I got a few clips of their autumn pieces that they had inside the shop, but there was way more pieces on the website. But it was nice to just have a look in person because sometimes you want to see like what is the fabric or material like, if it's on a cushion or a throw, or you want to just see what the quality is like. Okay, I may have purchased one thing. It's a Bjug mug. So sometimes, what do you think, Bjug? Sometimes Bjug looks up at me and all you can see is her beady eyes. Yeah, your yellow beady eyes. I don't think she's impressed with her Bjug mug. But I had to. You couldn't leave that. It's Bjug in a mug. See when she looks up? She's having no bar of me today. She's having no bar of me. She wants her lunch. I did get one thing. I got a candle. Okay, I got a candle. I got a Bjug mug and a candle. I know I've said it in like previous autumn videos for regular viewers. I'm not a fan of the pumpkin spice smell. I don't like it. However, apple. Anything apple for me, beautiful. So this one is DW Home Apple Bourbon and Maple. They did have a apple, honey and something, but I had the giant, these giant apples on top. And I was like, I love that candle, but I don't want to buy the lid. This just smells amazing. Anything apple is autumn for me. So when I smell anything like this, it's just like, yes, this is the vibe. The fire lit, when it's cooler, apple scent, cozy season. Cozy season is upon us. Now, I'm not going to wish September away because I think September is a lovely month. We've still got lovely light in September. The evenings are getting darker, but they're not pitch black. And I want to enjoy September because I'm not a fan of like the dark nights of winter. So I'm not going to wish the time away. But I had to get the Bjug mug. There wasn't a Bond mug. And there was little ghosty, obviously black cats. Bjug, you're coming into season. I don't know if you'd see Bond behind me. He blends into the background. But yeah, Bjug mug had to be done. Couldn't leave it. Everything was black cats because obviously Halloween. But there was little ghosts. So they've missed the market on doing a white cat as a ghost. A little ghosty cat. But yeah, I like this because it's also really big. I do like a bucket of tea. So that was €7 in Homesense, the one in Blanchardstown. They had loads of them as well. So if you too have a Bjug, if you have a little black cat that also looks up at you like that with the beady eyes, then you have to go get a Bjug mug. So that's all I got today. And I feel like I had my shopping fix without shopping. Well, I know I got two things, but I feel like I had my like autumnal, got to see what was in the shops. I didn't go to TK Maxx because my local TK Maxx isn't, maybe it's because there's a Homesense, but my local TK Maxx does either have the same stuff as the Homesense, but it's not as good. It has like homeware upstairs in a corner, but it's not as good as like other TK Maxx's, like, so I didn't go into it. I also did not go to a Poundland because we don't have them. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I do know Ewan, Mr. Carrington, was on his Instagram doing like a little poll of shops people wanted him to visit, and that was also on it, like going to Poundland. We have a Euro Giant here, and we have Deals, and we have like pound shops and stuff, but it's not the same. And we also don't have dollar store. We don't kind of have those as good here in Ireland. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. If I stumble across more garden centres with cute stuff, I'll definitely film the autumn bits that they have. If there's anywhere you would like me to visit as well, let me know in the comments section and I can go and check that out for you. Hello. I was going to end the vlog yesterday. I actually did film an outro, but today I was like, you know what? We're going wine tasting, me and you. I wasn't sure if I was going to go, but I decided, you know what, we're gonna go. I was invited to a wine, I think it's a wine tasting with Aldi. And you know me, I normally don't go to events and stuff, but I was like, this could be fun, or it could be disastrous. It's Wednesday, 2 till 3:30. What could go wrong in an hour? My thing is, I am not a sophisticated wine drinker. If you saw my vlog, like last week when I went to Turkey, we visited this adorable little village, Suri, and they had like pineapple wine and things like that. That's my kind of wine tasting. I have never done a wine tasting before where you spit in a bucket, so I think that's what I'm a bit apprehensive of. I mean, spitting is quitting where I'm from. Spitting is quitting. I drink Guinness. But I was like, you know what? I want to try something new. Little bit outside my comfort zone. So I'm dressed like a lady. Hang on. I'm going to show you my outfit. My camera's on charge. Just ignore the half-eaten cat food on the floor. That rhymed. This is my outfit. Because it's Wednesday, I just went for a little white summer-ish dress. Have some sandals on. I'm not very good at the outfit today. My little bag, and I'm going to put my headphones in because I'll definitely be getting the bus home after a wine tasting. And then, yeah, that is my outfit today. And this is from last year. I got this dress in Next. It's petite, but they have got something similar. I did see a white lipsy dress really similar to this, and I have a habit of buying the same thing, and I was like, you have something similar. So I can link to the similar dress if you like. So that is what I'm wearing. I need to put me bus card, me leap card. There she is. So I can get the bus home. And what's in my bag? I have a handbag like my niece, random stuff in it. Look, I have a dolly plaster. My niece put that in my bag on holidays. I bought these off a girl on holidays because she was selling them for like €2, little handmade thingies. I need to take the random stuff out of my bag. I'll leave one plaster in because you never know. I have a lip gloss and there's nothing else. My bag is always for my phone and my camera, that's it. And my headphones and my bus pass. So let's go in. This could be awful. It could be fun. I could have a hangover. Or I could learn something about wine and be sophisticated and stop drinking cans and pints. Probably won't happen. But anyway, let's go in. It's in a lovely location, which is why I wanted to film it. It's in Fallon and Byrne, but in the ballroom. The ballroom. I haven't been in a ballroom before. Well, not for like you know. It's not often I get into a ballroom. So, sorry, I'm just taking my thing off my headphones. Let us go and see what happens. Now, I do love a posh loo. I've never been in Fallon and Byrne before. There's like a kind of supermarket downstairs, a posh one. And then they have a restaurant and then there's a ballroom on the top floor, which I think is really popular for people getting married. Now, I'm really glad I stepped out of my comfort zone today and I went to the event because it wasn't pretentious. I was worried there would be a lot of like wine experts, and this was good fun. So you had a glass and you could just go around sampling all of the wines from the autumn winter range. But I did have fun and it was a really nice relaxing atmosphere.
There's one question you have to ask yourself, and you have to give yourself a very honest answer. And that is, do I like this wine? Because if you don't, you don't. I mean, there's no shame in that. We aren't designed to like every single style of wine. But then maybe ask yourself the question, well, why do I like this wine? Or maybe why I don't like this wine. The usual experts will tell you, you know, you have to look at the wine to see that it's clear. Well, if it's not clear, you're really in trouble, you know. I mean, if it's cloudy, there's something wrong with it. Have a look at the colour. Colour is maybe not as significant as a lot of people think. If it's very light in colour, it's probably a relatively cool climate. If it's dark in colour, it's probably a hotter climate because the grape skins are thicker and colouring matter in the grapes. And then give your wine a swirl. That's why you should practice with white wine just in case you have an accident. Swirl. And it maybe looks a bit pretentious, but actually what you're doing is something very sensible. You're getting air into contact with them, and you're increasing the surface area. You're getting those volatile elements to float up your nose. Give it a sniff. What do you think? I mean, you can do all the fruit and nut speak if you want. You know, I'm getting acacia blossom. Well, I've never smelled acacia blossom, actually, but a lot of wine writers seem to be sniffing nothing but acacia blossom. You know, white flowers. I love that one. But you mean not pink or yellow, but white flowers? Do they smell different? You mean it's a bit flowery, it's a bit floral, that's fine. And then you've got the black currants and the plums and the spice and all these words. And their only function is just as a kind of aid memoir so that you can look back on a note that you've taken and say, oh yes, I remember that wine taste. Well, that's the most important thing, is whether you like it. One little word of advice, and you certainly don't have to take this, is that when you take a mouthful of wine, don't take a mimsy little sip, because nobody can taste anything if you're being terribly polite and sip. Take a decent mouthful. And if you're brave enough...
I've come to the realisation after sampling the wines that I'm definitely a red wine kind of lady. Maybe it's because I'm used to drinking Guinness, but it has more of a sharper taste. The whites are nice, but some of the red wines just tasted like Christmas. It was giving sitting by the fire autumn vibes. Yes. Afterwards, I had a catch up with Nadia and we had a cheeky pint on the corner of Dublin doing some people watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do check out the recent ones if you're new, and my regular viewers, cheeky thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Massive thank you to Suri for partnering on this video, and don't forget, if you want to try the new Suri 2.0, use the discount on screen to get 20% off your order.